but I like Rise at Dawn, my second best of the day on this Flemington card.
Rise at Dawn still going strongly in the lead, and Rise at Dawn's going to come of age. 3/4 on Step Aside.
I like Star Vega, got it on top in race 7.
Star Vega on the inside, Rise to it, tries to rally, but Star Vega gets a neck win. Star Vega from the back, won it from Rise to it.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's preview. We're racing at Moonee Valley this Saturday for the first time since William Reid Day when Imperatriz won in March. So hopefully we can find a few winners. I'm coming down from a bit of a cold at the moment, so that's why my voice sounds a little bit not normal. So sorry about that. We're just going to have to deal with it. Stick around if you want to listen to me talk, because I want to discuss two things: a new segment and Last Man Standing. Let's start by talking about the new segment. It's called the Wall of Fame, and I've basically described it in the little note you can see down there, so you might need to pause if you want to have a read. But basically, I'm going to be putting one photo up on the wall every week for the best racing moment that happened on the past Saturday. Last week, this is what happened. Alrighty guys, this is the portion of wall that we're going to be using for the Wall of Fame for this 2024-25 racing season. Hopefully that each Saturday goes by, this wall can fill up and we can put some photos over those hooks to make it look a little bit neater. And after week 1, Ori's Star Day, the photo that's going to be put up is the winner of the feature race, Right to Party. That's going to go in the far top left corner. It's probably a bad idea holding an iPad with my left hand and try and put the photo up with my right hand. Right, there we go. First Wall of Fame photo is up there. So although right now Horrifying is actually in front for the votes, I closed it at about Monday 9 a.m. so I could print it out on the Monday. So if you want to contribute, it's basically voted by you, as it said in the note, as to which photo goes up on the wall. So if you want to vote, just go to the YouTube community tab on the Saminator channel. If you can't access it, create a new channel. It doesn't cost anything, and you get to vote for your favourite racing moment of the past Saturday and contribute to the Wall of Fame. Let's move on with Last Man Standing. It's that time of the week, it's Last Man Standing. I haven't said that in a while, but it's back for the Spring Carnival for season 24-25. It's going to start next week for PB Lawrence Day at Caulfield. I'm going to allow 4 people maximum to join up this season, not including me, so it should be a total of 5. Sammy's won the past 2 in a row. Can he go for a 3-peat? Make it 3 in a row? We'll see. If you want to join, just message me on Twitter, or X as it's now called. I'll leave a link in the description to my X account, so you can DM me and tell me that you want to join up. And yeah, we can go from there. I'll message you back with a few notes on how it's going to work and all that, so it should be a lot of fun. And after all that chat, we're on to the preview. Race 1 is a fillies and mares benchmark 78 over the 1,600 metres. Y Marie is the favourite at the moment at $3.20 for Mark Zara. Electric Impulse, the toppy, is at $3.40 next best. $6.50 for both Rhodey and Lavore, and then double figures for the rest of the field. This is the main lead-up race at Sandown. Lavore finishes second. Rhodey wins the race. Pitcher None started a short price on this occasion and didn't do much at all. I have got Pitcher None on top on Saturday. I reckon we'll see sharp improvement from this horse. Due to this horse's starting price profile, I reckon this horse should be a lot shorter on Saturday. Had to carry the 59.5 kilos there. Gets in with the 52.5 kilos on Saturday with Tatum Bull's Claim. Draws gate 8, so should be on speed. I'm hoping it can be 1 out, 1 back, sitting in behind Lavore. And that was on a heavy track last start that it ran on, which it doesn't like. Back on good ground should suit. It's won at the Valley before, and I'm happy to have it on top, especially at double figures. Lavore was only second up on that day, so I think third up should be fitter and running well. In for third, I got Y Marie, the most likely leader in this race. Mark Zara rides, good last start winner, got a very good chance, and Rhodey beat Lavore last start, so it has to be considered. But I like Pitch None at a bit of a price to start the day, race 1. Race 2 is a 3-year-old handicap over the 1,000 metres, equal favourites at the top, just like Gabby and the Chauvinist, both at $5.50. $6 close up is Immortal Star, $7 for Last Druid, $8 now for Blue Stratum, then you're out to $8.50 for Azizel. Diamond Firetail is at $9, a lot of horses in single figures, double figures the rest of the field. Diamond Firetail comes through this run at Sandown, where it was beaten by a better horse in Photograph, but it did well to finish second on this occasion. Damien Lane rode it on this occasion. It went back to probably an inferior part of the track that day, and the winner just came down the middle of the track, so I thought there was plenty of merit in its run. Jamie Carr goes on, draws gate 7, which I think is ideal here. Can get to midfield or so on the outside and be blending in at the right time, and I think it's good enough to win, but without much confidence. They're all just new 3-year-olds, so anything could win. The Chauvinist has the PS, Patriot Star form. For all those wondering, Patriot Star's going to run on Monday at Pakenham. Hopefully it's hard to beat there. But it's 1-2 in a row. Should go to the front from gate 5 and take some running down. Lars Druid draws gate 9, which isn't great here. Mark Zara rides. It should be running on from the back. Blue Stratum, a good first up winner. We might see the best of it now. But I like Diamond Firetail to take out race 2. Race 3 is a benchmark 70 over the 20-40 metres. The Cox Plate start. Lincoln Rocks is the favourite at $4.20, ahead of Flamin' Romans, Smokin's brother, at $5.50. Captain Electric is at $7, $8 about for Holmes, $9 for My Rockefeller, double figures the rest. Flamin' Romans, this was its last start win at Geelong. Started favourite on this day, and it was a very impressive win. This was in I think a 0 to 64, or maybe a benchmark 64, but either way, it's a rising class on Saturday, but I think it possesses a lot of ability. Flamin' Romans is still a progressive young horse, has drawn gate 12, which isn't great, but I think can roll forward, settle on the outside, maybe in the 1 out 1 back position, or a couple of pairs back on the outside, and I think can take some Benny again. I think gets a map advantage over some of its key rivals in the race, and I think it's good enough to win. I've got it on top. 1 unit the win on it as well. Holmes should roll forward from gate 7, comes over from South Australia, which is the X Factor, and it can take some running down. It's in for second. Captain Electric, good last start winner over 2,400 metres, drops back to 2,000. Don't say that to be much of a query, but draws gate 15, so yeah, might not get the favourable map. Same with Lincoln Rocks, is the favourite, but draws gate 16. So Mark Zara's got his work cut out, but it's a good horse. I like Flamin' Romans though, race 3. Race 4 is a benchmark 78 over the 2,500 metres. Dashing Duchess is the favourite at $6, ahead of Perfect Play, who's at $7, out to $9 for Chinggis Prestige. Farrago is also at $9.50, and then longer odds the rest. This was the last start run of Dashing Duchess at Flemington behind Hit the Road Jack in the Flemington Cup over 2,800 metres. This is a really good form reference for a race like this. Drops back in class from this run. This was the Flemington Cup, as I've already said. This on Saturday is a benchmark 78. Gets Mark Zara on, which is, I think, a positive. Draws gate 6, so will be on speed. And usually at the Valley, that's pretty important. And I think it's just the best horse in the race. And I've got 1 unit the win on it. I reckon it should be shorter. I like it. I've got it ahead of Farrago, who I think Willow will roll forward from gate 12. I don't think he'll settle back last like Blake Shin did last start. I reckon Farrago rolls forward, and it's a last start winner. It's got to carry the weight, though. Who's in for third? I got Brilliant Venture in there for third. This horse should be running better than its price suggests. Beat Chinggis Prestige last start, who's $9, and Brilliant Venture's $19. Not much of a weight swing between them. So I think Brilliant Venture's over the odds, and Chinggis Prestige gets Jamie Carr on, draws a good gate for gate 4, and it'll be running well. But I like Dashing Duchess to take out the long distance race, 2,500 metres, race 4. Race 5 is probably the feature of the day. It's a benchmark 100 over the 1,000 metres. A lot of these horses will go to the Norman Carline Stakes next start, a listed race. Mornington Glory is the favourite at the moment at $4.50. Acromantula second favourite at $5, along with Scuderia at $5, out to $5.50 for Taunting, $6 for both Moonhaven and Keep Readings at longer odds. Sebenak at double figures. It's a very even race, 7-horse field, but $4.50 the favourite. Scuderia, this was its last start, jump out at Great Western. It's only had 1 jump out heading into Saturday. I don't say that to be a problem for an 1,000-metre contest, but Scuderia is an absolute Moonee Valley specialist. Loves this place. Now, this is its toughest test that it's ever faced. It likes winning Friday night at the Valley. Now it goes to a tough race on Saturday, but it's a real speedster. I reckon it settles outside Acromantula in the lead, and I just think it'll scoot along and be too fast for them. Acromantula's got to carry the 60 kilos and might take a run to get fit. Scuderia, I reckon, is right, and it's fast, so I've got it on top. Ahead of Moonhaven, who I was with last start, so I really like this horse. Draws gate 5. Will settle off the hot speed and be running home hard. Mornington Glory didn't handle the wet track. First up, back on a firmer surface. Second up, fitter on Saturday. Can see an improved performance. Won't be surprised if it won an Acromantula. The classiest horse in the field will be out of trouble in the lead and giving it all. But I like Scuderia just ahead of Moonhaven in race 5. Race 6 to start the quaddies. A benchmark 74 over the 1,000 metres. Big Me is the favourite at $3.50 ahead of Tis Enough, who is at $7. Fishin' is at $8. $8.50 for Charmed Run. Longer odds the rest. This was the last start run of Tis Enough. Jump out, I should say, of Tis Enough at Mornington. Now this horse just possesses, like Scuderia, just possesses a lot of speed. Has won at Moonee Valley before. I think it's well suited on Saturday. Draws gate 17, which isn't great for the 1,000 metre contest, but I'm hoping it can settle outside the leader in Hulme. And if something else wants to take Hulme on, it can just settle on speed in the 3 wide line or 1 out with cover. And I think it's good enough to win. I've got it on top ahead of Big Me, who I don't know if it's quick enough to lead. It might be, but if it's not, it could face troubles from gate 2 with such a big field around the valley. Don't really like the setup, but it's the best horse in the race, and if it gets clear luck, it should be winning. Fishing in there for third. This horse is off the week back up. Draws gate 13, which I think will be pretty good come this stage of the day, and running well. Charmed Run last start winner. Craig Williams on is a good chance, but I like Tis Enough to take out race number 6. Race 7 is a benchmark 100 over the 2040 metres. Older is the favourite, equal favourite at the moment at $4.40, along with Matthew, who's also at $4.40. $4.80 about for the classy Smoke and Romans, and then out to $6.50 for King Magnus. This was the last start run of Older at Caulfield. This was first up behind British Columbia, where it did some decent work through the line, and it was a pretty good effort first up. I think second up will be fitter. Up to the 2,000 metres suits this horse. This horse has won on good ground before, so I don't see the track to be any sort of issue. From gate 5 can settle closer. Mickey D on, down to the 53 kilos in the weights. All sets up for a win here. The only reason I don't have any units on it is because of the second up syndrome factor. Could just be flat second up off such a good first up run on wet ground. Now goes on a firmer surface, and might not be at its best, but I think it's good enough to win. Got it on top ahead of Matthew, who beat Star Vega last start, and Star Vega won the other day at Flemington. Draws gate 3, gets in with a lightweight. It'll be running well. Smoke and Romans, very classy, should settle on speed from gate 7. Has to carry the big weight, which is the query, but deserves to because it's a Group 1 winner. And then in for 4th, I've got Point King. This horse might need a couple more runs to be at its best, but I think it shows some class. Jamie Carr goes on, gets in with a lightweight. It can run a race, but I like Older just ahead of Matthew in race 7. Race 8 is a benchmark 74 over the 1,600 metres. Angry Skies is the favourite at $6, along with Regal Zeus, who's also at $6. Then you've got $7 for Margie's Boy, and longer odds the rest. This was the last start run of Angry Skies and Rackerman at Sandown, both last start. Rackerman started a good SP on this day, and I don't think was suited leading into the headwind. So forgive that run. Angry Skies was pretty good. I've got Rackerman on top at the moment. I just think due to its starting price last start and the fact it was ridden sort of the wrong way, didn't suit it. Now it could get back to its best. Draws gate 1. Should settle on speed. We'll need some luck in the straight, but I reckon it's a progressive horse. And I've got it on top ahead of Angry Skies, who ran well last start, has got some class, should settle on speed from gate 2 and be running well now. Jamie Carr is on both of these horses at the moment. Also, these two horses are both accepted for Morphettville on Saturday. So at the end of the day, my on-top selection will be whoever's running here. If they're both running in Melbourne, the one that Jamie Carr's running will be my on-top selection. I imagine the Hayes boys want Jamie Carr on the horse they think is a better chance. So that's how I'm going to work it. In for third, I've got Regal Zeus. This horse was an emphatic last start winner. Draws gate 3, will settle on speed and can do it again. Same with Margie's Boys. 1-3 in a row. Now gets Mark Zara on. It's in with a good chance. But I like the 2 Lindsay Park horses, Rackerman, just ahead of Angry Skies in race 8. Race 9 is a benchmark 84 over the 1,200 metres. The favourite is Wallenda to finish the day at $4.60 ahead of Extra 2, who's at $7.50. Legio 10 is at $8. Then you've got $8.50 for Why Worry and $9 or $9 for Pioneer River. Longer odds the rest. This was the last start run of Legio 10. This was down the Flemington Straight behind Mr. Exclusive. Now, a lot of you will be thinking, no, not this horse again, Salmonator. Well, I'm backing up on Legio 10. I just think it was ridden upside down last start, was ridden too close to the speed, and down the Flemington Straight, I reckon it's better around a bend, and gate 11, it'll settle in the 3 wide line with cover around midfield. Ethan Brown goes on, and I reckon it'll slingshot home in the last of the day and win. I've got 0.75 units to win on Legio 10. Why worry in there for second? This horse should lead from gate 1, but if it doesn't, it's going to face some issues. Craig Williams rides back around a bend should suit this horse, and I reckon it's the main danger to Legio 10. Wallenda draws gate 2, will face some issues obtaining luck in the straight, but Mickey D rides and it gets him with a light weight. And then in for fourth, I've got Home Rule. This horse beat Home Legio 10 last start, so I had to go in my top 4. But I like Legio 10 to take out the last at the Valley on Saturday. Now it's time for the quaddie. Didn't get it last week, but I'm thinking this week can be the week as we see what we're doing. So in race 6, going for the 5 Fishin', 8 Machinist, 10 Charmed Run, 12 Big Me, and 17, which is Tis Enough, my on-top selection. In race 7, going for the 2 Smokin' Romans, 4 Interpretation, 9 Point King, 10 Older, and 11 Matthew. In race 8, going for 3 Margie's Boy, 4 Regal Zeus, 5 Angry Skies, 8 McGarten, and 9 Rackerman. And then bring it home with 3 Why Worry, 7 Extra 2, 8 Legio 10, 11 Pioneer River, 15 Wallenda, 6 Home Rule. I think I forgot that horse. But that's what we're doing for the quaddie this week. Thank you everyone for tuning into this week's preview. Only units on 3 horses this week. We've made a profit 2 weeks in a row. Hopefully can continue that on Saturday with 3 weeks in a row. If one of these horses win, we make a profit, so that's good. But yeah, I hope I've tipped you into a winner. Thanks for watching the preview, and until next week's preview, bye for now.